Alright, hey everyone, it's Joelle and welcome back to my channel. So for today's video, I'm just going to be doing actually a video that has been requested early on when I first started my channel, which is the mixed girl tag. But before we get started, don't forget to click that subscribe button down below. Once we hit 20,000 subscribers, I'm going to be buying one of you any product line of your choice. Also, if you are the owner or know any black owned businesses who are looking for a little bit more promotion, I'd love to start doing kind of like 20-second promotions. I don't really like calling them ads, so I'll call them promotions, but like 20-second promotions in the beginning of my videos that are looking for like another platform to kind of get their business out there. If you know any, you can send me an email at charmainejoyelle@gmail.com. But with that said, let's go ahead and just get started. So the mixed girl tag is just a series of, I think, about 10 questions. But the first question is, what are you mixed with? So I am half black and half white. My father is white and my mother is African American. Question number 2, what ethnicities have you been mistaken for? Way too many, way too many. I have been mistaken for Hispanic or Mexican, especially when my hair is straight. Again, most of these are when my hair is straight. So, just so you guys know. But I have been mistaken for, again, Hispanic, Mexican, Islander, Hawaiian. Someone asked if I was part Chinese. I've been mistaken for Indian. I've been mistaken for Greek a lot. I get that a lot. And then I would get a lot of, I know you're probably mixed with black, I just don't know what the other half is. Number 3, curly or straight hair. Speaking of hair, if you see some white speckles, I just finished my wash day, so I'm just waiting for my product to absorb. But obviously I don't really think I have curly or straight hair. I have kinky, coily hair. Number 4, was coming from different backgrounds challenging growing up? Was it challenging? Yes. I mean, you guys have kind of heard me briefly explain a little bit. So again, my father's white, my mother's black. I grew up in predominantly white towns, very small, predominantly white towns. So a lot of things like the jazz and the R&B music, even just our hair, things about us, just about being black, kind of just clashed with our overall environment. And we had to do a lot of explaining all the time. Why does your hair look this way? Why does it react this way? Or why does your mom look this way? Or why do you guys look this way? Or why do you listen to this kind of music? Or why do you drink this kind of juice? Or why do you do things this way? You know, that kind of stuff. It was mostly our hair more than anything that kind of made us that clashed the most with anything. The challenges of that, one of the challenges of that is the identity crisis that I know a lot of mixed or biracial people go through. It was difficult because a lot of times it's like I wasn't black enough or I wasn't white enough. Or for some people I was too black in this area or I was too white in this area. Or it didn't make sense because they couldn't categorize me in either way. So that was some of the challenges that came with growing up with two completely different backgrounds. Also just, you know, just the difference in opinions of family members from either side of the family. So, you know, those kinds of things. Question number 5, which background do you embrace the most? I think it depends on what age or what time in your life you're asking a person this question, or even just a biracial person this question. If this were the younger me, if this was like Charmaine from the time she was born up until probably like 5 years ago, it was, you know, I probably would have said that I embraced my white side more. I felt like I could relate to it more just because that's what I grew up in. If it's something that you ask me now, I can't even say that I really embrace one over the other. I embrace both because both of those things are what make me me. I want to say I've kind of always embraced both sides because I've always known that I'm biracial. That's something my parents never, the one thing that my parents were never shy of telling me. My sisters, that you are half black, you are half white, you are both of those things. But it was just when those things would conflict with each other is when you would have the issues of embracing certain things. But I would say now, at 26, I definitely embrace both sides, both backgrounds, because that's what makes me me. That's what makes Charmaine, that's what makes, or as you guys know me as Joelle. Question number 6. Have you ever been teased for being different? All the time. I don't know if you guys remember one of my Vlogmas videos, I can't remember which number, but I did talk about how I was bullied a lot. A lot. Again, when you grow up in a town where you're kind of like the odd man out, or the sore thumb, or the, what are they called, the black swan, whatever. Yeah, that's pretty much a target on your back. Just being different is a target on your back in general. So yeah, I was teased and bullied a ton. I got the whole why doesn't your hair move kind of jokes. I got the whole, you know, why is your hair greasy? Why is your hair look the way that it does? Why isn't your hair flow like mine? Why doesn't your hair grow? You know, because I didn't look like anybody else in my school. That led to years of bullying for me. Anywhere from having my hair ripped out of my head to having my face smashed into a brick wall, from just all kinds of stuff. So yeah, I've very much been teased. So was my sister. I don't know if I've told you that story where I was in 3rd grade, my sister was in 1st grade, and we were walking home from school, and there were high schoolers that started calling us monkeys and started saying that our hair was, it started off by saying that our hair was really ugly, and then they started calling us monkeys, and they were throwing rocks at us. So again, these are high schoolers. I'm talking like, you know, sophomore to senior aged kids, and they're throwing rocks at a 3rd and a 1st grader. So I remember, because, you know, we tried to run, but, you know, they run faster than us. So I just walked behind her, or I walked behind my sister, so she was in front of me, like right here. And I just took all the rocks to my back, in the back of my head, as they call us ugly and all kinds of stuff. So yeah, we've been there, done that, that's for sure. Number 7, have you ever been ashamed of being biracial? I don't really want to say I was ashamed of being biracial, but I will say that there was a time for sure when I was growing up in the Northwest that I didn't like the fact that being black made me look different from everybody else, if that makes sense. Obviously, now that is not the case. Unfortunately, that's something a lot of biracial people go through that I don't think we discuss as in depth as we probably should, but that's a topic for a whole other day. Question number 8. Do you feel that being mixed has its benefits? I see the benefits of being biracial is that you do get to grow up in 2 different cultures. You do get to experience that on a daily basis. So being in a diverse environment for you is kind of something I think you naturally crave, is something that's not as odd for you. So it does have that benefit of being able to embrace and be a part of multiple cultures. I mean, I already kind of know where this question is going. I think it's kind of going down the colorism route of like, do you see it as beneficial when it comes to people who are full black, or people who are maybe biracial and mixed but are darker than you kind of thing? I see where this is going. I'm not gonna go down that route. Again, that's a video for a whole other day that I'm not ignorant to. Colorism is real. Just in my experience, I don't think I've experienced in the way that I think people think I have experienced it. I have gotten compliments, but it's never led to like being asked out on dates or you know, leading to some sort of promotion. It's never led to that for me. Question number 9. What makes being biracial a beautiful thing? I think this kind of ties into question 8, where you get to be, is where you come from multiple cultural backgrounds. You come from a mixture of backgrounds. You are a living example of like what the blending of ethnicities can look like, and what people, one of the different many combinations that people come out looking like, right? Question number 10 says, any advice to someone who struggles with their multiracial identity? My biggest advice to you would be to, before you decide to write off a complete community in which you are a part of, you need to do your research. That's exactly what I did. If something doesn't feel right, you need to look up positive role models in those communities. You need to look up achievements from those communities. You need to look up people who inspire you from those communities, because there are good and bad apples in every community. There's no excuse to not do the research. We literally live in like the dawn of the internet. Like, you can literally educate yourself on anything. For those who maybe do the research and are still struggling, my other piece of advice to you is something that I mentioned in pretty much all my Big Shop videos, something that I pretty much tell myself all the time. How can you hate you? How can you hate something that's naturally you? How can you look at your hair or your skin or your background and just despise it? Again, you have to try to find the positive in all the negative. Take responsibility for your own knowledge. But yeah, with that said, I hope you guys enjoyed me finally actually doing this mixed girl tag. I know a few people had asked me and I decided to put it off for a while. Again, don't forget to click that subscribe button down below. We're super close to the 20,000. But with that said, again, I hope you guys enjoyed and I'll see you in the next video.